get you, girl, yeah.
Greetings. Greetings.
Blessed.
Yes. Kabaka Pyramid, how you doing today?
Yeah, we're giving thanks for life, you know, everything going good, you know.
Nice. And where you calling in from today?
They're right here in Kingston, Jamaica, you know.
Oh yeah, and how's the weather out there?
Perfect, man, perfect. Blue skies and thing, you know. Sun almost setting now. Yeah, man.
Nice. Well, the weather's sweet here too in Hawaii. We got some scattered clouds. The wind is blowing nice through the trees, and the sun is summer heat, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, well, Kabaka Pyramid calling in live from Kingston, Jamaica. Could you let us know a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, you know, he's a man, you know, always been in music somehow, you know. Yeah, love to, you know, just enjoy life and, you know what I mean, jovial spirit, you know, very, very deep in terms of, you know, I like to read a lot and things, and I like to study, you know, spirituality and apply it, you know what I mean, and learn the different disciplines and things. It's some of the things I talk about in the music, you know, but it's just how we live, you know. Rasta youth, you know what I mean, try to keep healthy, you know, and just deal with the mission and the work, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm personally really inspired by your music, and we've been featuring your music quite a lot here on our reggae shows. I was reading in some interviews and articles about yourself that you are kind of a jack of all trades, that you're a producer and an engineer.
Yeah. I mean, I can do that stuff, you know what I mean? I don't really like to go by that title or the different titles, but if it needs to be done, I can do it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it also said that you play some guitar. Do you write a lot of your own songs? Have you been playing the guitar for a while?
I've been playing it for about 2 years, kind of on and off, you know, I'm still learning, but I haven't written any songs on the guitar, but you know, I learned to play all my songs on the guitar and sing them while I'm playing the guitar. But, you know, I normally write to the rhythms or tracks themselves, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I was born and raised in Jamaica, right?
Yeah, definitely, Kingston.
Now, unlike other artists, I get a lot of interviews. I was reading that in your early years, you specialized in a lot of hip hop and type rap music. How did you come to that?
Well, I got introduced to hip hop at a pretty early age, you know, around 9-10 years old, and I just gravitated to it. You know, the lyricism in the hip hop is what drew me to it, and you know, it was definitely something that I had a strong liking towards, you know. And especially the more rooted hip-hop, you know, the more positive, conscious side of hip-hop. Not really the commercial rap music vibe, but, you know what I mean, the deep lyrics and thing has always drawn to it. Like, you know, Wu-Tang Clan and Common and Dead Prez and all these kind of guys, you know, guys that more, you know, deal with things on a cultural basis, you know.
And how is the hip-hop accepted where you grew up and around your friends and people you knew? I mean, in Jamaica, do you feel a real strong pull towards that?
I mean, it's, you know, especially with the spread of like cable TV and things like that, everybody gets to listen a lot of hip-hop and everybody's introduced to it. You know, Jamaica is definitely a reggae culture. You know, reggae and probably gospel music being the two main things. But you know what I mean? There's a strong hip-hop support, you know, a base for hip-hop in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Some rappers and things come on the shows here. And everybody knows the latest hip hop, and it's even have a strong underground movement as well, which I've been a part of for years. You know, you have a lot of rappers coming up, some really good rappers, you know what I mean, that can represent on any level, you know. But yeah, hip hop is appreciated here, but you know, not in terms of mainstream, not Jamaican hip hop. Hasn't been accepted in the mainstream, but definitely underground and just hip hop in general, you know.
Yeah. Now, what's some of your most inspired hip hop artists that really hit you as a youth, that really inspired you? It's a couple artists that.
I mean, early days, the lyricists, you know what I mean? Like Jizza from the Wu-Tang, you know, Inspector Deck, Cannabis, Big Pun, you know, guys like that. Even Eminem, you know, when Eminem just came out, you know, spitting some real crazy lyrics, you know what I mean? And of course, you have Nas and AZ and all of them guys. Dead Prez, like I mentioned, Biggie. You know, I listen to a lot of Biggie and Mobb Deep as young too. So, and then some of the guys that stood out to me.
Yeah, well, I love hip hop too, and we do a lot of crossovers on this show because we do a lot of cutting edge reggae stuff, conscious stuff coming out to the youth, try to inspire them with just not the mainstream booty music. You know, we're trying to get out there to the youth and inspire them. And when I found your music, I was just way blown away by some of your stuff. You're just really inspirational. What are two things that really inspire you in life?
I would definitely say music and sport. You know what I mean? Those are two things that really, like if I'm not reading or studying anything, you know, I'm definitely doing those two, you know, and those two, you know, it keeps the mind not too bogged up, you know, it keeps the mind fluid and lucid, you know what I mean, and kind of down to earth instead of always up in the skies, because a lot of the books that I read, you know, it might, if I keep reading those books, I might just like go up in the hills somewhere and just live by myself, but, you know, music and sports keeps me grounded, you know?
Yeah. We'll give thanks for the listeners tuning in right now. We're live on the air from Kingston, Jamaica with an artist called Kabaka Pyramid. Yes, give thanks. And we've been playing one of your hip-hop tracks called Express Yourself. Could you tell us a little bit about this track?
Oh, nice. Yeah, man, that song I did maybe 4 years ago. And produced by a local rapper producer out here in Kingston. You know, he loves to sample, you know, old music and make some nice hip-hop beats with it. And me and him actually was in a subgroup called Underworld Conglomerate. So he has always provided me with beats when I was doing a lot of hip-hop. And that song is just about, you know, expression, as the title says, you know, just kind of a message to the artists of the world, you know, just stay true to what you're doing and don't really sell out, you know, because artists have a lot of power. They have a lot of responsibility in how they disseminate the knowledge that they have, you know. Mm-hmm. So with that power comes responsibility. So just kind of a message, you know.
Yeah, I really was inspired by that track. Now, I was reading you were awarded a place with DJ Green Lantern, MySpace Invasion. How did that come about?
Yeah, I mean, my brethren from the Virgin Islands named Danger produced a track for me named Fair Hip Hop. And he submitted the track for a MySpace competition that Green Lantern was putting on. And, you know, Green Lantern selected the track for, I think it was the second volume of his MySpace Invasion mixtape. And, you know, it got great response from his fans and things, and they even voted it as their second best song, and they got a lot of votes. And it was good exposure for me at the time, you know what I mean, in terms of Green Lantern being a recognized DJ, especially in New York and on the East Coast. So, you know, it was a good look at the time, you know. I will give thanks.
Yes. We're on the live right now with Kabaka Pyramid calling in from Kingston, Jamaica. Now, Kabaka Pyramid, could you just tell us what albums you have out or EPs and where listeners can get some of that?
Yeah, well, the only EP I've released in terms of reggae music was the Rebel Music EP back in 2011. I released. Well, you can get that at kabakapyramid.bandcamp.com. It's for free download. It has always been. So you can download that free. I've released some hip hop mixtapes before, but those are a little bit harder to get. You might be able to get Transition Volume 2 if you Google it. Just Google Kabaka Pyramid Transition Volume 2 and you should be able to find that download like on datpiff.com or one of those websites. But everything else, all the other singles are just into EP or on iTunes or Amazon. So you can just search Kabaka Pyramid.
Yeah, all right. Well, great. And what is Kabaka Pyramid? How did you get this name and what significance does it have?
Well, it's kind of two names I put together in one because I was doing reggae music under the name Aine Kabaka. Kabaka originates from the Buganda tribe in Uganda. It means it's a title for king. And basically their king is called Kabaka, so and so on. I found the name and it just resonated with me. I was just taken by the name, so I decided to use it and to reconnect with my African ancestry and thing and identity. And the pyramid now I was going by the name Ronnie Pyramid doing my hip hop. The Ronnie comes from my first name, Keran, and the pyramid, came about at a time when I was just learning about ancient Egypt and the culture there and the spirituality. So, the pyramid symbolizes, that high spiritual science and mathematics and that long-lasting eternal knowledge, that I try to put in the music. So, when we decided to fuse the two together, the reggae and the hip-hop, it was natural that the name just came together as Kabaka Pyramid,
Okay. Yeah, man. And so do you have some kind of connection with, Egypt and the pyramids and some kind of mystic revelation of that?
Yeah, I've always been interested in it, for the last maybe like 7-8 years now, and through Rastafari I came across, the information about Egypt and it just blew me away, and I've always been, getting deeper and deeper into it over the years. And, there's a whole lot that we can learn from that culture in particular, and about yourself and about the path that we're on in terms of evolving as a human race and as a form of consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot there that's symbolized in the hieroglyphics and the temples and the pyramids, and there's just a whole lot of astronomical information and geological information and just world history right there. So, and it's still in intact form. It's not something that's translated and rewritten. It's still there just as our ancestors left it for us,
Yeah, man. Well, I'm always inspired to hear more, and for everyone listening right now, you're in tune to KKCR-FM. We're live on the air from Kingston, Jamaica with an artist called Kabaka Pyramid. I just want to bless you up, brethren. Now, we've been playing at the top of the track of this set here. We played a brand new track you have called Get You.
Nice.
Could you tell us a little bit about this track?
Yeah, so, I got the beat from LP, which is a Jamaican-born producer based out of London, England right now. And, it's just a song like, it has a sample in it that's from a Bob Marley song, called Get You Baby. Gonna Get You, actually, called Gonna Get You. And, just talking about the pursuit of a woman, like a natural woman, somebody that expose ourselves to a certain standard and don't really deal with the folly of life and thing. And just, it's kind of a playful song, kind of the lighter side of Kabaka, So it's just a vibe, release it for free download again. And, we're using it to kind of transition into this next compilation EP that I'm about to put out soon. Lead the Way EP. That's gonna have some new tracks and some of the old singles from last year and early this year. So you can look out for the new EP soon.
Okay, and another track we played during our set here today was another track I just found. It's called Liberal Opposer. Can you tell us a little bit about this track?
Yes, so that was is produced by the Green Lion crew, and released by Soul of the Lion Records. It's some youths from the US that I've worked with before, and we did the more spiritual reading project with them at Shaka New Year. So, and it was successful, so we decided we wanted to work with them again. And, it's just a song about liberation, we're fighting on the battlefield, I'm a rebel with a cause, so we're not just doing this for any material goal, we have a high spiritual goal, and there are a lot of gems in the song where people they don't know about, they can, Google it and research and things, because I always try to put them in my lyrics, so that people can learn something new, and there's a lot of gems in there still. So I definitely hoping people like that new song,
Yeah, well, I was very inspired when I heard that song. We give thanks for your blessings of lyrics and just the vibrations that you create in your music. Now, I was reading that you work with a group called Pebble Rock. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Pebble Rock, you don't know, that's a family. It's me and a bunch of my brethren that we kind of grew up together and just decided we wanted to go in the musical direction. From right after high school, we built our first studio and just been doing music, We've been just doing music for the last 10 years, underground hip-hop albums and stuff like that. And, later on, we more transition to focus on the reggae side of things, and artists like myself, Fire, my cousin Gideon right now is a wicked DJ coming up now that I'm producing some tracks for him too. Him and Fire. So, we just try to keep it positive. It's an independent label. I'm not looking to get signed by no major label right now. I'm just working with the independent thing and try to establish ourselves, and just deal with positive music,
Yeah. Now, in Jamaica, I was talking to a few other artists that I'd interview with, like Kez Namdi and Protege. Is there a core group of brethren that you do music and football with? I mean, is there a real core group of you guys there that function together?
Yeah, definitely. It's different teams that come together, and we all appreciate each other's talents and music, and as you say, we play football together, we go out together, and it's just a vibe. Whenever one of us is on stage, then you'll see all of us come on stage. It don't really matter who is booked for the show, as long as we're there, then everybody will perform together. It's just a positive vibration, a free-flowing vibration amongst all of these stuff. Everybody's talented, Everybody's kind of on the verge of being established right now, and it's just a great joy to know that I'm a part of this movement,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I was watching a video, Randy Williams, and some performances in Jamaica that you did. I was very inspired by that. I really appreciate your music. Now, is there a place that we're on the air right now live with Kabaka Pyramid from Kingston, Jamaica? Is there a place that Kabaka Pyramid does most of its recording, or some other places?
Yeah, I do pretty much all of my recording at the Baby Rock studio. That's my home, and it's I basically live in the studio. So yeah, Baby Rock is right there in the heart of Kingston near Half a Tree. You know what I mean? Other people come and record there as well. Chronix has recorded, Dre Allen has recorded there, Keznam has recorded there, Protege, you know, but I also do work at, you know what I mean, Keznam did them studio, they have recorded at Dre Allen studio. I did my Rebel Music EP at Protege's home studio too. And it's just, you know, we do music all over. I work with Equinox, who produce King Kabaka and Should I, and Choppings, which is near Massacre. You know, so definitely Bebel Studio is a home base, but, you know, we work with everybody from the vibration is right, you know.
Yeah, well, we played that track Choppings earlier in the set today, and one of the tracks I've been playing quite often on this show that really hit me strong was a track you have called No Capitalist. Will you tell us a little bit about this track?
Yeah, I mean, a track produced by Chimney Records, you know, which is one of the main producers here in Jamaica now, Jordan and his. And, you know, I got the opportunity to get on that rhythm. And that song that I asked Virgin Kauai, who is the lead singer from Pentateuch, you know, I told him I want him particular to help me write this song, and because I've never really asked anybody to help me write a song before. But I just knew that song was that rhythm was something special, and, you know, me and him wrote the chorus and things together, and, you know, just from I had the chorus, I just started recording, and, you know, everything just came out naturally, because the chorus just tells you exactly what I'm talking about. You know, we're not really dealing with the capitalism and the economic oppression, you know, that the powers that be, you know, are trying to force down on us. So, you know, we talk about a lot of things in the song, a lot of things, like, you know, the food at the supermarket, you know, the foods that they force down on us, like the corn and the wheat and all these things, the GMO stuff, and, you know what I mean, just the way how things are evolving, and people, you know, have been becoming less spiritual and more focused on material. So it's a song that, you know, we hope it can help to accelerate the progress towards, you know, a higher level of being, you know.
Yeah, well, those lyrics, man, they're powerful. You know, here on Kauai, they test GMO, so this is ground zero for the U.S. and a lot of big uprising amongst locals here on Kauai. So that song, you know, when I heard the lyrics, I just put it right on the radio, and I played it enough times, and I know it was inspiring plenty of people. Now, I was reading that in your own life, you practice yoga. Is that true?
Yeah, I practice yoga. You know what I mean? It's something that is definitely beneficial, and I recommend it for everyone. You know what I mean? It keeps the body and mind balanced, and of course, if you focus on the spiritual aspect, then it can lead to an awakening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's definitely get in tune with yourself. Now, with the hip hop scene and the reggae scene that you have going on, where's the balance there for Kabaka Pyramid? I mean, I really hear a lot of influences of both. Is it that just where it's going now, or do you want to do more hip hop or more reggae?
Well, I mean, it was a decision with me and my management to focus on the reggae and just fuse elements of hip hop in it. It's something I've been trying to do, and I've some songs that haven't been released that, you know, are heavily have a strong hip hop influence in it, and, you know, just waiting on the right time when people are more receptive, because people kind of like to put artists in a box. So, you know, I just kind of trying to establish myself on a level, and then I'll have more of the creative control that I want, kind of just go in the direction that I really want to go with the music. But as I said, I'm inspired by many different types of music and production. So I just work with the vibration, but definitely hip-hop is something that comes natural to me, and it's something I love. But just focusing on the reggae kind of packaging for the music right now, you know?
Yeah, man. So what's the future goal for Kabaka Pyramid music?
Try not to really set too many goals musically still, you know. I just want to know that people are like, you know what I mean, inspired by the music and hopefully it can help ones along their path, you know, because I know that music has helped me along my path. Like, for example, Sizzla Kalonji music was heavily influential on my growth. I mean, he introduced me to Rastafari and Majesty, and these are things that have stuck with me right throughout, you know. So I hope my music can be like that. You know what I mean? And of course, we like to establish Bebe Rock as a label, you know what I mean? And I hope that it can grow from here. And, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we really give thanks for your call today. I was really looking forward to the interview. Now, where's the tour taking you? From here, do you have any tours planned or booked that listeners might be able to catch?
Yeah, man. We'll be on the West Coast from next week, Wednesday, for about a week. We'll be at Northwest World Reggae Festival in Oregon. And then we'll be doing some shows in like Santa Cruz and San Francisco. And so some club dates, and then we're closing out the tour at Reggae on the River on the 4th of August. And then I should be doing a show over in New York as well, and then we're heading over to Europe shortly after that.
All right, wow, that's great, man. I give thanks for the Eyes music to go worldwide. That's a blessing, and I will continue to play your music and support your vibration. I love your music, and I know a lot of listeners really. I appreciate it many times over. Now, one more time, could you just let the listeners, where's a good place to go find your music at Kabaka Pyramid?
Yeah, definitely. You can find all the music, of course, on YouTube. If you go, just search Kabaka Pyramid on YouTube. If you go to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/BebeRock, you'll find all the singles there. And you can always keep up to date on Facebook, facebook.com/Kabaka Pyramid, twitter.com/Kabaka Pyramid, even Instagram, same thing, /Kabaka Pyramid. You can get the EP at kabakapyramid.bandcamp.com. That's for the Rebel Music EP. All over.
Now, a track we've been playing quite frequently, another track we've been playing is the one that you did alongside with the artist Protege. It's called Warrior. Could you tell us a little bit about this track?
Yeah, so that track was done for the Rebel Music EP. And, Protege actually had that rhythm. It was sent to him by Vincent Mandem, Chronic, and Teflon. And he gave it to me as a contribution towards my EP. As I heard the rhythm, the chorus just came in my head. Man, a real warrior today, warrior tomorrow, same way. And verse just flew naturally, And I didn't even know Protege was writing to the song until I was reciting the first verse and the chorus, and then I heard him just jump in with a verse. And it was crazy just to hear him, the connection that he made with the black version of Guavera, and just like how it's a black version of MacGyver. It was just a crazy vibe. That song that every time you perform, it always has a good energy, and people love the energy of that song. So I'm looking forward to performing it live at some of these festivals in the West Coast and Europe as well.
Yeah, that's a potent song for sure. I played it enough times, and people know that song over here. And it was very inspiring to hear that song. Now, when artists call in Kabaka Pyramid, I always ask them, do you have an acapella for some of the listeners today to listen live?
Yeah, man, sure. Let me see. We can drop for the identity now. Alright. So we have a new song that's going to be on my EP named No Cliche. just talking about, what we see going on in the industry. So I'm going to give you a piece of it.
Okay, good thanks.
We no want no cliche. Do not bother come here with no cliche. Talking the singers and the DJs. Do not bother come here with no cliche. Music, no, the thing them talk, I can't believe ya. Them not no fire in them like Empress Sativa. What kind of demon them put in pon the people? Good things say me can listen ja over evil. No, me say them right like a slacker. Me rather play some 5 Steez or some other rapper. On top of that, me have to big up all of me producer. Well, I let no we caught up in a this studio. Fi come sing no cliche. Do not bother come here with no cliche. Talking to the singers and the DJs. Do not bother come here with no cliche. Music.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, old school dancehall vibes,
Wow. Give thanks, man. And I was wondering, reading about the hip hop. Do you have any hip hop freestyle you could throw us?
Let me see. All right. Yeah, I'm supposed to have something for you. Let's see. All right, something like this. I hit you with the quickness. I tell them natural is the mystic. My statistics specific with lyrical fitness. We could fist it up in the street or district, or we could grab the mic and sacrifice my listeners. My appetite for mics is like hits for Christmas. Got dudes getting their wristlet on top of their wish list. My crew thick like prune juice. Got a couple screws loose. Lyrical voodoo, spitting literal doo-doo.
Yeah, wow. Give thanks, man. Some talents right there. Well, I give enough prayers for you and your family and your works, and just love up, man, and keep the vibes going. Now, before we let you go, this will probably be the last question. I just want to ask you, do you have a conscious message for the youth, the children in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I always say that life is just about experiences. Every day you have an experience that is necessary for you to progress to the next level. So, don't judge the things that happen as good or bad. Just know that it's a valuable experience and you will benefit from it in some way. You know what I mean? And from you keep that positive attitude, and you must progress along the evolutionary line of life, So it's just positivity and spiritual consciousness moving forward,
Yeah, man. Well, give thanks, Kabaka Pyramid. We appreciate you calling in and making time out of your busy day, and bless up your music and your family. And looking forward to another interview 6 months down the line.
Nice.
Keep up the good vibes and keep the positivity, man. Your music is blessed.
Yeah, man. Give thanks. Give thanks for all the listeners and for all the support, Definitely appreciate of it.
All right, Bregin. Well, have a good day and give thanks again, man. One love.
All right. Bless your love.
Yeah. Ja.
I assess them out with I'm and chalice. And we no want no big business plan. We no want no promise from the UN. Hear me now. Just take a look how the world is. Is a handful of man run the world business. About 2,000 years them a plan this. It's so deep them no care if me sang it. Them deep with science and I use it against we people. Say we meant to go through this. But poverty is no accident. Them mashing up the world with them roads and cement. We no want no capitalist. I assess them out with I'm and chalice. When me on ya, and we no want no big business plan. Never know, and no more promise from the